Hi guys, Andy here. Welcome to Nancy Drew Shadow at the Water's Edge. As usual, we're playing. I'm a little sick right now. I feel a little bit congested, which is always great for me. I actually need to sleep, so let's see. So I hope everyone's doing well. I'm just sick here at home.
How'd it get so late already? I should get to bed.
So if I sound congested and nasal, I'm sorry. I was doing pretty fine until just yesterday.
Nancy, we've got the book.
Great!
So when do we see you? We'll give you the book.
Well, I'm a little wrapped up right now.
George, did we have a friend named Nancy Drew once?
I think so. Hard to say. The name sounds familiar. Was she the one with the magnifying glass or something?
Hey!
Just teasing. We'll send you the book. The faster you solve the mystery, the faster the three of us get to hit the town.
Thanks. You know I can't wait.
No problem. Anything else?
There were watery footprints in my room that led straight into a wall.
Why are you still there? You've lost your mind. You know how in the scary movies you always want to yell, "Don't go in that door!" But they never can hear you?
Yeah?
Well, you can hear me, so don't go in that door! Call this mystery a wash and come stay at our hotel, which has a nice ghost-free view and a ghost-free pool and tiny, overpriced ghost-free packets of peanuts.
That's a nice offer, but I think I'm getting close to figuring out what's going on here.
Since you won't listen to reason, you're going to have to listen to George on this one.
Thanks a lot, Bess. Unfortunately, I don't have a clue about what to do with this one. But Nancy, whatever's going on out there, be careful.
I will, promise. So, Bess, what's the story with you and Logan?
Well, he asked me out on a date. See what I put up with for you?
Such a liar! Nancy, she's such a liar. What you put up with, come on. You should have seen her when he asked her out. She looked like one of those terrible 70s paintings with the big eyes.
All right, fine. I wouldn't go that far, but actually I had a really nice time with him. We're going out again as soon as he's done researching the expo for Savannah. So maybe you could put in a word with her about giving her assistant a break?
I'll see what I can do. I'm not getting very far with Miwako.
What do you mean?
She never seems to answer my questions directly.
That's never a good sign. I'd keep an eye on her. She could just be quiet, or she could be hiding something.
Takai is really difficult to talk to sometimes. I think she might be hiding something.
From what Yumi says, Takai may be a lot less sweet than she seems.
How so?
Yumi didn't really say, but I get the sense that she thinks Takai might be behind the hauntings. She told me that Takai never believed in the supernatural until recently, which seems a little suspicious to me.
I'll talk to you later.
Bye, Nancy.
Okay, so we're gonna grade some papers.
It's teacher time.
My mom is in the kitchen. I like to play by well. Child, stop playing by the damn well. You make me sad. That's not being mean, I'm just sick. My dad is in the study. I like puzzles. You have a bike. I have not a bike. My mother is in the kitchen. I like to read. Do you have a bicycle? I have a blue bicycle. You get a gold star for being the only... You're not a fuck up like the rest of these kids. My bread is in my room. I play baseball. Have you a bike? Yes, I have a bike. My brother is in the den. I plays video games. He has a bike? No. Let's see. Oh. Ooh, okay, that was weird. And Megan's gonna get interrupted in just a second. I forgot to get the book.
I have a delivery for you.
Yes, you
Here.
do.
Thanks. It seems like you and Rentaro were pretty close.
Yes, we grew up together. I have a few memories before Rentaro, but not many.
How long have you two been dating?
I don't even know. A long time.
You sound a little frustrated.
Sometimes it's hard not to be with Rentaro.
What do you mean?
Never mind, I shouldn't be bothering you with this.
It's not a bother.
It's just that when he gets it in his mind that he wants something, there's just no stopping him. He's been pressuring me to leave here.
Why is that?
He keeps saying it'll be good for me, but really, he's just being selfish. I think. I really don't know. He can be so sweet sometimes, and other times it's like there's only him in the world.
Do you remember anything about Savannah, the paranormal author?
That was a long time ago. Not really.
She must have been here for a while if she was writing about the Ryokan. You don't remember anything?
I remember that she asked too many insensitive questions. I was happy to see her go.
I'll stop bugging you now.
Bye.
Let's see. Book. Bass usually bring flowers on a first date, but this time I brought a creepy book about ghosts. I hope your friend wasn't kidding about you wanting this book, because otherwise this date will probably be weird for both of us. Oh my goodness, I would love for a date to find me a ghost book. I love ghost books, they're always fun. I have a couple of them. I got one about just random ghosts in Texas. I got one full of British ghosts, and I don't know what else. I got a couple of books lurking around. Chapter 6, Yorioken Hiei. Japan, to a girl who grew up barefoot on the front porch of a creaky old house in Savannah. It's just about the most exotic place there is on Earth. Sometimes in the middle of a stormy night, when the wind is whistling and tree branches are scratching at the windows, I feel like I'm back at the Ryokan Hiei. On those nights, I often wish I'd never visited that charming-looking inn on the outskirts of Kyoto. The second I stepped inside the Ryokan's gates, I suddenly understood why I had been called in. For those of you who have never been in a haunted place, the feeling is unmistakable. Imagine the sensation of taking a rickety roller coaster through a dense fog. Now multiply that tenfold. The atmosphere inside the Ryokan, however, was even thicker. The inn was washed in an unearthly sense of cold that the fire pit and the lobby couldn't touch. The whole structure radiated uncertainty and dread. Something terrible lived here. The inn was, and still is, run by a truly wonderful family. Takai and her granddaughter, Miwako, took excellent care of Logan and I, but were both extremely tight-lipped about the history of the Ryokan. A neighbor boy, Rentarno, was able to shed a little light on the situation. The innkeeper's daughter, Kasumi, had recently died under mysterious circumstances. Ever since her death, the inn began to change rapidly for the worse. Takai had begun to worry that her daughter's Yurei was haunting the Ryokan. I set up equipment right away. Luckily, I had my entire EVP kit at the ready. I placed the microphones in places where I felt the greatest disturbances. By the fire pit in the lobby, behind the old cherry tree in the gardens, by both baths and in the upstairs hallways. Sound travels very well in the old Ryokan, so my equipment picked up more conversations than usual, but nothing supernatural. At 2 a.m., however, that all changed. The lights in my room suddenly flickered and cut off. I rushed downstairs to my recorders. I couldn't hear a thing, but the readings were off the charts. Before I could listen to the audio, I saw her, pale and thin, with long black hair dripping muddy water, moving through the shadows. Despite my experience, I froze as she slipped out of sight. I stood there in the lobby until the sun finally came up, half hoping she would reappear, and the other half desperately hoping to never see her again. Takai woke me that afternoon. We had to leave. Kasumi, she said, had changed her mind. Whatever faith Takai had in me the day before was now gone. I doubt I was the only one to see the ghost the night before. I gave her my card and told her to call me back if she ever changes her mind. I doubt she will. I'll have to admit I'm a little relieved. On the bus to the temple the next morning, I reviewed the EVP tapes. What I heard sounded like 100 voices repeating a single word in Japanese. I pulled out my transliterated phrasebook. The word simply meant leave. It's the kind of message you only want to hear once you're gone. I still sometimes worry about the Shimizu family. I can't help but wonder what must be like for them during those long nights when the woman I saw in the shadows is awake. Interesting.
Hello, Nancy-san.
Did you rewrite my name in red ink?
What do you mean?
The name scroll in my room. It's red now.
It's nothing to worry about. I'll have it removed.
Isn't it a bad omen to have your name written in red?
No. Just don't worry about it. It is nothing. Can I help you with anything else?
I saw watery footprints in my room. It was very strange.
You must be mistaken.
No, I'm positive.
No, it is not wise to joke about these things.
I'm not joking.
I'm not.
I do not want to talk about it.
What do you think about Rentaro and Miwako dating?
Those two are so different. When they were children, you couldn't keep them in the same room. Always so much fighting. That has not changed. Except now, they say they're in love.
I'll talk to you later.
Goodbye,
What's love got to do
Nancy-san.
with it? Yep, wrong one.
I can't take this if Dakai is here.
Oh, so I can take it. Okay. Cool.
Hello?
Have you ever heard of EVP?
Electronic voice phenomenon? That whole if you go to haunted places and record the ambient noise, when you turn it way up, you'll hear things that are too quiet for the human ear. Ghosts, specters, all sorts of baddies. Nonsense if you ask me. But still, the idea sort of gives me the creeps.
Savannah mentioned it in her book. I wonder if you know how I could try it out.
Oh, sure, I got something that can do that. I've got a bunch of little recorders, actually. I'm trying to find the right one to record new sounds for the Rentaro 4000. Here you go.
Yay. Thank you.
Thanks.
All you have to do is hook it up to the speakers over there. I have a program that edits out dead audio. Ooh, bad pun. It'll cut right to the parts that actually have recorded sound. Oh, and once I've got it fixed, you have to check out the new recorder I sort of reverse engineered a little.
Okay, what's it do?
It's awesome. High data wireless transfer. Here's something you like, just push a button. It zips it to your computer. If you want to send everyone a message, you just speak into it, push send all, and it shoots what you've recorded to everyone's voicemail inbox. Very, very cool. I just gotta keep fussing with it.
Have you read Savannah's book?
Yeah, she spelled my name wrong. She's not a good speller. Maybe she's being haunted by the ghost of bad spelling.
Do you think there's anything to what it says?
I remember when she was here. She was very... She has this way of looking at you. It's like she knows if you're telling her the truth or not. I'm glad she's back into regular journalism instead of this ghost nonsense. It really seemed to take its toll on her.
What do you mean?
She's the real deal. Not that I'm saying she can communicate with ghosts, but she really believes in all of that. And watching her, the way she'd walk around here in these half-terrified days, it made you worry about her.
If you don't believe in ghosts, why did you worry?
Because believing in something, that makes it real to you. To her, that whole other world is real. And that is still a very dangerous thing. A ghost doesn't need to be real to haunt you.
So how long have you and Miwako been dating?
Officially, 4 years and 7 months. Non-officially, longer. And before that, a long time of me waiting for her to stop being so stubborn and agree to go out on a date with me.
Miwako seems a little annoyed that you want her to leave the Ryokon.
Ha! Tell me about it.
Are you going to keep it up?
Yeah, it's not just a selfish thing. It's for her own good, too.
What does Takai think of your relationship with Miwako?
At this point, I think she considers me part of the family. Or at least she lectures me like I'm one of the family. I'm choosing to interpret that in a positive light.
I'll stop bugging you now.
Peace out.
Okay, so we're gonna go use the EVP, the fire pit first. So that we can ever fucking get in there. Yep. How do I use this? Okay. So the next one is the cherry tree in the garden. I'm assuming this one.
Huh?
I found watery footprints in my room.
Did you see them appear? Or were they there and you found them?
They were already there.
Well, at least that's good.
Why's that?
To make wet footprints appear, you just need a wet foot and something to put it on. But when they just start appearing out of the blue, ain't nothing too good about that, especially considering what happened to the previous innkeeper.
What do you mean?
I know you ain't the superstitious kind. Otherwise you'd be long gone by now, but it ain't always good to talk about the dead, especially those not at rest.
What is a yurei?
It's a vengeful spirit that never knew justice here on the earth. They're said to be the spirits of those who've been wronged, and they're caught up in the worst moment you can imagine. They're very angry and very, very dangerous. If that's what you're dealing with there, you best be very careful.
What do you know about EVP?
It's a ghost hunter's best friend, in more ways than one.
How's that?
Well, if you're just looking to find evidence that you got a bunch of wild spirits running amok, you'll find it in your EVP recordings.
How do you mean?
It's very easy to hear what you want to hear in those recordings.
It doesn't sound like you think it works.
Oh, you'd be surprised. But one thing it does do for certain is let you eavesdrop on the whole property without drawing too much attention to yourself. If something ain't on the level, you'll hear it. But Nancy,
Yeah?
you might just stumble into something you don't want to hear. You best be ready for that.
How did you get into ghost hunting?
I guess you could say I was born into it. My daddy'd always drag me with him to these spooky old houses, looking for broken down things to fix up. I guess that's where I got my start. Standing in those old falling apart houses, it was hard not to imagine ghosts coming round every corner. Used to scare me something bad, but Somewhere along the road, all the fear turned to curiosity.
Do you remember what room you stayed in at the Ryokan?
Oh, now that was so long ago, I don't even have the slightest.
Do you remember anything?
I remember I was on the second floor, and it had this strange passageway in it. But that's about it. I got the impression they weren't too crazy about having me stay there. So maybe you should check the records for a room that they don't let out to customers.
A passageway? To where?
Yeah, it was bizarre. I don't really remember exactly where it went. Down into the basement, maybe? Unfortunately, I didn't have much time to explore the room before I had to leave.
Have you run across someone rigging doors to slam before?
Sure. Now that one's older than the hills.
What's the best way to do something like that?
Oh, plenty ways. You can use remote control, wire, and pulleys. One place I went even used air pressure, if y'all can believe that mess.
That makes sense. What should I keep an eye out for?
Anything that looks out of place.
Can you tell me anything else about your stay here?
Not much to tell. I had to leave too soon. Such a sweet family. I hate to think of what those poor girls are going through. Losing their mother so young and then having them hauntings to deal with.
What is the scariest thing you've seen while ghost hunting?
The really scary things are the ones you'll never see. But I guess one of the most frightening places I've been was this little town in the middle of nowhere in Germany. I was there writing a chapter on an old castle that the locals all said was haunted. Hundreds of years ago, the castle had belonged to this terrible family that had a reputation for all sorts of cruelty. And at first I didn't believe the stories, but the more exploring I did, the more I started to see some of the terrible things that had happened there. All those stories, they were true. Didn't find any ghosts. That would have been better, I think.
What happened that made you give up ghost hunting?
It wasn't just one thing. It was a lot of things, really. My daddy used to tell me, Sugar, y'all be careful what you go looking for in that big old world. Chances are, you're gonna find it.
What did you end up finding?
It ain't what I found, honey. It's what found me.
What do you mean?
Exactly what I said, and that's the last you're getting out of me on the topic. You got anything else you need?
I'll talk to you later.
Talk to you soon.
Time to go exploring.
You can't just do that. We're not all here to make sure that you get what you want, Yumi.
No, don't stop. Please continue with your speech. I love jumping on the train to get picked on by you two. Couldn't think of a better way to spend my day. Can't wait for the mean phone messages about what an awful sister I am because I never visit.
You've got to be selfish about this too. Everything's always about you. She asked one thing from you and you act like it's the end of the world.
Oh, shut up, Miwako. When you're both ganging up on me, then it actually is about me.
Why are you being such a brat?
Brat? You want to see Brat? I'll show you Brat. It looks a lot like this.
I can't believe you just did that.
Believe it. I'm out.
It sounds like she threw something in the pond. I should check that out. What's that? Looks like there are some rocks missing. I wonder if I could find them around the garden.
Here we go. Okay.
The symbols here seem to represent something. I need to figure out what they mean. Strange. I've seen those markings before. I should use the origami book as a reference.
Dear Marianne, thank you for your last letter. It could not have come at a better time. My mother is driving me crazy. We're beyond busy here with the festival, and she wants to fire half of the staff. Correction, she has fired half of the staff. If I ever become a weird perfectionist, make me silly. Yumi's birthday was yesterday, and not surprisingly, there was drama. At dinner, my mother asked her if she was ready to start learning how to run the ryokan, and this led to a fight. Everything is a sore subject with that girl these days, but lately mentioning her running the ryokan is pretty much just picking a fight. I remember what it was like to be her age, wanting to see the world, but I never hated it here. I don't get it. I have to get back to work. Let me drop a save right here. How the fuck do I get around? Hey, look. Dear
It's
Marianne,
late. I should get to bed. This looks like bamboo. I should search the property for something made out of that. need to hurry before someone catches me. I should get the teapot off the fire.
Whew, okay, took fucking forever.
I need to translate that.
Okay, so that's a password.
That looks like the image on the letter. It looks like I could pry this open if I had the right tool.
You can't just do that. We're not all here to make sure that...
This must have meant something to Kasumi if she went through so much trouble to hide it.
Alright, the computer's in Japanese, okay. So, let me write this down. Oh wait, hang on. Oh, wrong one. Okay, so... Oh, wrong way.
Suki, who's a good girl? Suki, mate. I bet the password I need is in that envelope in the puzzle box.
So... Oh man.
I need to find out which rooms haven't been occupied.
Let's see. According to the guide, it says 25, 30, and 33.
It looks like this is as far back as the records go.
Okay, so I'm gonna head off to bed. I mean, Nancy is. And with that, you guys, I'll see you all in the next video. Bye for now, and thank you all so much for watching.